This is content and culture and community. This is relationships. The t-shirt is just merch.
We are going to be talking about one of the co-founders of the most iconic streetwear that is out right now and that's been out since 2003. And I'm talking about the Hundreds and the co-founder, Bobby Hundreds, okay? Now, one of the things that really intrigues me about Bobby is one, his authenticity, but his storytelling, his collaborations. We're going to get really into it. But when we're talking about the blueprint and we're talking about, okay, here's another streetwear, here's another fashion, fashion brand, here's another shirt. Like, how do we truly stand out in such a saturated market? And so he did an interview with Complex before, ironically called The Blueprint, right? And he talked about how he intentionally tried to stand out with his brand.
When we would go into these shops and pitch our brand, and they would say something like, what makes you guys different? There's 1,000 of these t-shirt brands every day that walk in here. And I'm like, there are just 1 million of those t-shirt brands. We're not a t-shirt brand. This isn't t-shirts. This is stories. This is content and culture and community. This is relationships. The t-shirt is just merch.
So I wanted us to go over, how do we truly stand out as a brand based off, the Bobby Hundreds kind of format with, like he said, community, storytelling, innovation, collaboration. Like, these are some of the things that will make it. It's not just, hey, cool designs, right? It's not just the front face value of what that particular market is. It's really what you're building as a deeper connection. So, Moose, I wanted your take on, not only what Bobby said, but as we've been going over some of the brands, what are some of the key elements of standing out in this day and age?
Yeah. I mean, we've seen time and time again that it's not so much the product that people are interested in buying. It's the story behind the product that adds a layer of meaning or a sense of almost connection to you as the buyer or the community member who's interacting with it, that makes you want to go and really all out and support for that. I think one of the first times that I've really seen it and started to take notice of it is, of course, working with you and seeing how you interacted with Nipsey's brand and Marathon Clothing. And it makes you pay attention that, wait a second, there really are raving fans out there that connect with what you're doing, who you are, what you're a part of, what you stand for, what you represent. And those become the core ingredients that drive the traffic or drive their desire to interact with your products. It's not the love for the product that then starts that, right? So even, because we talked about SpaceX, when we look at what Elon Musk did, he started, yes, at first with PayPal and all of this, but when he started to go into, the space that he's in now, even with Tesla, first car he designed wasn't an affordable car. It was a super exotic, like, sports car, a very expensive one that not many people can afford. And then because he separated himself so much and was super attractive in the eyes of the world, really, as he comes out with more affordable cars, you're looking at it and saying, oh, because this thing is on sale now, I associated with you with that. Because it's on sale now, I want to be a part of that. So I have to start by saying, just to answer your question directly, the story. What story is one of the most important ingredients? How do you communicate who you are, your values, what you represent, and what you want to really, maybe the mission that you're driving? How are you communicating that to your prospective audience or customer first before introducing them to the product that fulfills that mission? And so now, to his point about going to retailers and saying, this is not just the t-shirt, here's all of the things that go behind it. You begin to look at that same very t-shirt that you were just staring at minutes ago. You begin to look at it differently because you understand that there's an entire experience and a whole message wrapped in there.
Yeah, and I think with any of our brands, and just talking in general, not like me and Moose's brand, like just in general, we always have to think about the deeper meaning because we're trying to connect with people, right? One of the main mottos that Bobby Hundreds has is people over product, right? So as you're hearing that clip, and you're going to hear also in the next clip, where it's not solely about, and we've heard in other episodes, the best product, the best service, the best, you know, this or that, like this particular quality and fabric, and it's really about how do we best create an experience for the people? How can we tell their stories? How can we include everybody that looks like us? How do we include everybody that's part of the community, everybody that's part of the neighborhood, that down the line is going to represent all different types of neighborhoods worldwide? So inclusivity, community, experiences, events. How can we take our product and collaborate with other people who are doing amazing things? It is those types of factors that is going to make us stand out. If we intentionally think about the people first and how do we highlight them, then this is something that the people is going to champion. Like the term people's champ didn't come from anywhere. Like, we love the underdogs. We love those people who truly represent us. So will it necessarily take off in the very beginning? We don't know. But if in his sense, if I take the hearts of the people, this is going to last long. And we've seen it from 2003 to now. Now, that's not saying doing it in that format, there's not going to be some ups and downs, especially in his market with clothing. It could be in or it could be out. Maybe I don't like that particular design. That collaboration actually clashed with some of your values. I'm out of here. Yo, this is fire. And, as you start at a certain time frame, your audience gets older. You get a younger audience. Maybe the older audience is like, this is played out now. The younger audience is like, nah, I love this. So there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. But I think the core of one of the main things of standing out is, are we being community driven? That's one of those key factors that I've noticed that is a theme to start paying attention to. Because if we get the hearts of the people, we get their money easy. We get their loyalty. We get everything that we may need in order to last. But, and I'm not only talking from like a monetizing standpoint. I mean, how do we also give back? Because he's big on, social causes as well. And so embodying that community driven theme is more than just saying, hey, let me build a community. Let me put it on a Discord. Let me create a Facebook group. And when you purchase this, you go in there and that's all there it is. No. Are we creating events? Are we creating particular themes for that category of people? Are we truly telling the stories of our community, and not just neighborhood, like those people who are our target audience? So I think loving the thought of people over product, because when you look at longevity and we still talking about the hundreds, we got to pay attention.
No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, 20 years in that space is not easy at all. That's a big accomplishment.